Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Kid Icarus on the Wii Virtual Console. It's time to enter our sacred words and start off on level 1-3, where we left off in the last episode. Yeah, unfortunately, you have to take a death to get the sacred words, so I'll be dying, unfortunately, quite a few times, but only between episodes. Won't be dying inside the episode, so... But let's enter our sacred words. The other thing is that these sacred words won't work on the regular Nintendo. Apparently when they ported it to the Wii Virtual Console, they made some changes and in the memory, and so the passwords aren't the same. So, but, like I said, I'm playing on the Wii Virtual Console, so I'm sure there's a place you can look up passwords, though, if you're playing the original, so... And I think also these passwords probably also changed. This game is also available on the Nintendo Mini, which is like a all-in-one release, a console that had a bunch of games built into it. They also had a Super Nintendo Mini too, but they're both apparently limited edition, so Nintendo didn't put too many of them out. Became, I think, collector's editions. So not too many new enemies on this stage. The annoying things about this stage is there's a lot of enemies that are going to be falling down on top of us. It's a vertical stage, so we're going to try to take out as many of these enemies as we can before we start making our way up. But later on, we're going to be in places where we can't necessarily farm the enemies, because there won't be solid ground. There'll be a bunch of platforms that we're jumping off from platform to platform, and when that happens, you know, we can't just stand somewhere and farm the enemies. So in those instances, a lot of times they'll be dropping on top of our heads. Yeah, we got another monster layer here, some speck noses. I'm going to take them out. I'm gonna I put in the video description about skill points. So defeating like a monster that drops a big heart gives you a certain amount of skill points, and then picking up the heart, as long as you're not full, gives you a certain amount of skill points. So these are really good areas to build skill points up for getting the arrow upgrades. Right now we're in the second arrow, and by the end of this episode we will have the third arrow. We will also be in the overworld, so you'll get to see our first little fortress section here. Fortress section kind of like changes the way the game is played a little bit. It becomes like a Zelda-ish type thing. You gotta navigate your way through this maze. So there's lava. It is an instant kill like in a lot of games. It's like the lava in Metroid, where it slowly reduces your health. So I'm just gonna buy a feather there, which I'm going to regret later on, because when I have to get the game over, I have to fall in a pit and I waste that feather. But I thought it was good, you know, just as a precaution, because there's a few tricky jumps in this stage, so it's always good to have that feather. A feather, if you miss a jump, it allows you to fly for just a little bit, and then your character will start glowing when the feather's about to wear off, so you know when you have to get to solid ground. As long as you don't pick up all of the hearts of the enemies that you've defeated, the new wave won't spawn. So that's why it took a while for those snakes to come back down, because I didn't have that one, I didn't grab that one heart. So here we're back in the God of Poverty room. I'm going to shoot 1, 3, and 8, count how many mallets we have. We have one mallet, so he is in position number 2, which is the upper right. So we can just take out the other ones. If you get the God of Poverty before you destroy all the other jars, basically he just appears and you are not able to collect any of the rewards, the hearts or the hammers. We're actually going to see the hammers put to use. You press select and it'll bring out the hammer in the fortress levels, and you can use them to crack these statues. There's the Centaurian, there are other members of the army Palatuna's army, and they will help you against the boss. They do a little bit more damage than Pit. They do 5 hit points worth of damage, as opposed to whatever strength Arrow has. Like Pit right now, he will do only 2 damage, because he has the level 2 Arrow. So they do more damage than Pit, for the most part, but they only have 1 hit point, so if they get hit by anything that the boss throws out, they just, they're kaput. So, they bite the dust. But there's not really anything else you can really spend your hammers on, so might as well use them. The first boss here isn't all that difficult. He can actually be trapped, and if you trap him in a certain location, then he's pretty much done for. He's just stuck in a loop, and he can't hurt you. And then he can't hurt your soldiers either, too, so I end up actually, when I finish him, I have a few soldiers left over. They come out in groups of 3. And this harp is kind of tricky to grab. Just managed to grab it. Now I'll get some more hammers, not too many. If you shoot a hammer while it's falling, it'll just give you the heart of the enemy that would be in its place. So if I would have shot a hammer that's falling from one of those snakes, I just get a 1 heart. If I shot a hammer that was from one of these octopuses, I would get a 5 heart. So it's one way you can, if you don't want to grab a hammer. Here with the black market. We don't need anything from them. We can't afford anything from them. The other shops that we've gone through, because we're at level 2 with our arrow, we can actually intimidate the shop owners and get lower prices for non-black market shops, but like I said, I'm not going to be doing that. To do that, you just have to, like I said, have a second controller and then the player 2 slot and press the A and B button. So loop around here so you don't have to fall in the lava. Like I said, just slowly drain your hit points. Just watch here. Those spikes have like a really weird hitbox. You can kind of jump through the, like the first few pixels of the spikes there, they don't have a hitbox. That's why you see sometimes I'm jumping through them. I don't take damage, but it's best to just avoid them anyway. But sometimes you're in such a tight corridor that you can't really help to bump into them. But here we have these training. This is the first time we've seen these training exercise. Basically, what happens is about 30 seconds, you have to survive these monoliths flying at you. This one is pretty easy. In certain rooms types, you can't get on top of the door. If you can get on top of the door, you pretty much just stand on top of the door, and you can just shoot them as they appear to your left or to above you, and you should make it through without getting hit. In future ones, you can't get on top of the door because they'll have like a block above it. In those instances, you'll just kind of want to hover and stay around the middle, stick around the middle, and go back and forth. So we have 3 different items there. I'll grab the bow first. The bow lets you shoot further, and it'll activate once we have 2 bars full of health. So we have the 17 hit points. Then the next one that we get will operate when we have 3 full bars of health, and then the third item that you get will operate when you have 4 bars of health. So you want to get the best items first because then they'll get more use out of them. So they're active more often. So the bow lets you shoot farther, so that's usually the best one to get. Then the next 2, it's debatable which is better. The crystal rod gives you 2 little protective crystals that float around you, and they can deal slight damage to enemies. The only thing bad about them is they can take out like weak enemies, but sometimes if they're hitting a stronger enemy, it'll give them iframes, and then you won't be able to hit them with your arrows because they'll be invincible while you're trying to shoot with the arrows. And then the other one, the fireball, that basically makes your arrow wider. It basically wraps your arrow in a fireball, so your arrow is basically like 3 times as wide. So, but like I said, the best one is definitely the bow, and then it's debatable whether the fire or the arrows are better. So here in this maze thing, you gotta kind of make your way around. the maze. That book that I just picked up there is the map of the maze, but the map doesn't show you anything. In order to get the map to work, you have to buy from the store 2 other items. A pencil, which will show you the rooms that you've been in, and then a torch, which shows you the room that you're currently in. And it only starts mapping out once you've picked those items up. So rooms that you've already been in won't show up on your map that you're drawing. So yeah, they're kind of a pointless item, because you're going to have to, like I said, buy a torch and a pencil to make use of that item that you found. But it's easier just to, go on like Game FAQs or Google Images and look up a map. So this first fortress being the first one isn't that hard. So we do have these annoying guys though here, the Eggplant Wizards. They were in Captain N. They were one of the bad guys in Captain N. One of Mother Brain's chief lieutenants. What they do is if they hit you with one of those eggplants, your character will turn into an eggplant, and while you're an eggplant, you can't fire your arrow, and you have to find a hospital inside the fortress, and that will remove the eggplant curse. This room you gotta go off to the side. When you drop, gotta make sure you're holding off to the left there to fall off to the left. Otherwise, you're gonna have to loop around. So there we pull out our hammer. We hit one of those stone statues, and our Centurion count goes up by 1. Different levels have different amounts of Centurions you can keep. I think this level, the max amount that they allow you to have is 15. And then as you go higher in the fortresses, they let you hold more. I think the final fortress lets you hold 30, and the second fortress might be 20. I don't have the numbers right off the top of my head, because normally you're never gonna get that many Centurions, because you don't really get an option to get a lot of hammers. I guess you can get the 30 easily in the last fortress if you, save up all your hammers. You can buy hammers in some stores, but most of the time you're only gonna get hammers from when you pick up a harp. So you have some tricky rooms here that are pretty tough to get by without taking damage. But luckily that hot spring there on the far left, you just stand in that for a little while, and it'll refill all your health. Unfortunately, the items that you get don't work inside the fortresses, so even though we have full health, or just the 2 bars that we needed to get the bow to work, it's not going to work in the fortress. I guess they figured it would be too easy if the special items worked. So this eggplant wizard is just going to kind of jump in the lava, because then he won't be able to hit us with his eggplants. We've got to take the damage from the lava, then potentially be turned to an eggplant, because then we'd have to do a lot of backtracking to find the hospital. We're almost near the end of this this fortress, so these guys, these red kobolds have 6 hit points. We only do 2 with our arrows, so they take 3 shots to defeat, but they only give 5 heart. So free some of these last Centurions here real quick. And we'll got another one over there on the left. We got 6 total. They come in groups of 3. So when I get into this room here, the boss room, 3 will come down, try to help me. As you can see, they do 5 damage when they hit, but they only have 1 hit point, so if they get hit at all by anything, they're toast. But here we got Twin Belos here, which is almost like Cerebus, but instead of being a 3-headed dog guarding the underworld, it's a 2-headed dog guarding the underworld. And if you trap him there, when you shoot him, he jumps, and if you get him turned backwards, you shoot him and he jumps up, and he's going to keep hitting his back end on that platform, and he's basically stuck and can't do anything. So, but we've defeated the first world, got our first sacred treasure, and now we're in the overworld. And since I got enough time, I'm actually gonna finish this first level off here. Now the game is instead of going the vertical scrolling, it's more of a horizontal scroller. But don't worry, World 3 will get back to the vertical scrolling. Feathers are still useful here though, because there's going to be some platforming, especially in the next level, where you can, if you don't make the jump, you'll fall into water. and the water is an instant defeat. Let's grab another bottle. Got one of them in our barrel. So I'm going to have to buy more of them rather than feathers. Like I said, feathers won't be too useful in this area. They're better in the vertical sections because you're more likely to fall in pits, but it's okay to have one here anyway. So we get another hot spring, and now once I fill to 2 bars, you'll notice that my arrows will now shoot further. And that's a result of that bow and arrow that I picked up in that training room, that endurance room. So these rock guys, they are the key to getting a bunch of skill points. We're going to want to get enough skill points in this level, which will be pretty easy because there's so many enemies. There's 2 chances to get an arrow upgrade in this level. We're going to miss the first one because I'm going to take the bottom route to get some health increases. Not a health increase, but a chalice to refill my life. But yeah, so you can miss one of them. Like I chose to miss the first one because, like I said, I knew I'd get the second one later on. And then in the very next world, we have right at the beginning another place to upgrade our arrows. So you can really get 2 upgrades right in a row. Like I said, it requires you to kind of basically know how to abuse the skill system point. So that's why I decided to put it in here. And it's good that I'll finish this level off, because that way the next episode I'll have the password to start from. If I mess up, I can just restart with that password at that area, and make sure I get the other arrow upgrade. Because if we don't get all the arrow upgrades the first time we go through, there's not enough rooms to max out your arrows, and you'll be locked out of the best ending. So it's important that you get the upgrade in this world, and then in this level, and then also the upgrade in the next level as well. So another way to help you get that in the next level is you don't want to have a lot of hearts, because picking up hearts gives you skill points, and but only if you don't have max amount of hearts. So if you have max amount of hearts, any heart that you pick up isn't going to give you the skill points. So we want to make sure that we have basically very few hearts when we start the next level. Here we got a poverty room, but we're in World 2 now, so I erased the positions for World 1. Now we gotta shoot 2, 4, and 3, so we shoot these 3. And we got 3 hammers, so we look down at the thing. 3 hammers means that the god of poverty is in the pot 1, which is in the upper left. So we can just take out these other ones, and let's see what treasure we get. So we'd like to get a credit card. That's the only place we can get them from here. So there's a poverty room starting off in the next level too. So that's another good reason, I guess, to have a password to start at that level. You can start the game, see if you get the credit card. If you don't get the credit card, you just reset it, restart from that world again with the password, and just kind of farm until you get the credit card. It's a way to, I guess, guarantee you get the drop you want. Now, because we took the bottom route, we won't be able to get to the first place that gives you a skill upgrade and an arrow upgrade, which is this door coming up here. But it's okay that we missed that, because I guess the game developers kind of knew if you took the bottom route, you're going to miss one. So they put another one later on in the level. Yeah, too bad you can't do like a ducking jump there. I tried to do it there, but nope. Game doesn't want you to get it, so. Otherwise, I guess you can probably get 2 skill levels in here. You can farm 20,000 points, get the arrow, and then farm it more. So, right now we're only at level 2 arrows, so we can intimidate this guy. If we were doing the intimidation trick, we're going to have to wait until we get the 3rd arrow, because we're in World 2 now. But we'll be getting that 3rd arrow very shortly here. So we have these ant lines that kind of look like the Wagoos from the last stage, the underworld, but they come up much faster from the ground, shoot a lot faster too, so And just over here, we're going to get another one of these endurance rooms, where we'll end up picking up the crystals. Once again, we don't have the amount of life to activate the crystals. We're going to need to have full 3 bars, full health, to activate the crystals. And we don't have the door that we can hop on top of. As you can see, there's 2 blocks on top of it. So they prevent you from getting into that safe spot we had in the underworld. But we have more life, and we have further range on our arrows. So we still should be able to make it through this intense training. Just kind of stay at the bottom here, move left and right. And eventually, like I said, after about 30 seconds, we've endured our training and we can get our second item. So I grabbed the wand here. Unfortunately, in the next level, there's going to be these enemies that will start appearing that will steal your items. If they steal your item, you can buy it back from the black market. Or you'll just have to wait to re-win it at another one of those endurance levels. But we've done enough in this stage to be granted our 3rd arrow. So now we're at strength level 3, and we can intimidate shop owners in this world. Because our arrow is level 3, and this is only world 2 shops. So we're a higher number, so we can take advantage of that. If you were taking advantage of that, but like I said, I'm not going to. But hey, we got another power up here. So we need 1 more. We get that at 200,000 points. And here's an interesting thing they showed off in in Nintendo Power. You can do like a clipping. There's a few shortcuts, especially in the fortress stages, where you can take shortcuts. Basically, you get your foot caught in something and you can warp around the screen. So that's like a guaranteed one right there. It serves no purpose. But yeah, there is clipping in this game. And we're just going to fall in this pit here, use up our feathers. You can see they give you a few seconds of flight. When they're about to wear out, you start glowing. But we want them to wear out, because we want to get our sacred words that we'll input at the beginning of next episode. So take care, have a good one. See you in the next episode where we start in this level. Have a good one. Bye.